Hello Rise Up Visionaries, I'm Susan May and I'm here to share my journey to inspire you on your journey of unplugging. So today I want to talk about this question I have for you, and that is, when was the last time you thought to yourself, my life is amazing, or I love my life, or I'm so grateful for my wonderful life? Before I dive into this, I'm just going to say up front that today's live will probably be a little bit longer and more rambly because I want to share a lot with you. I want to share some stories, and so this will be longer. However, I can promise you that I am capable of doing short videos, and I proved it yesterday. So go watch that live yesterday, in which I explained how short and easy to digest all the information is in my upcoming course that starts on Friday. So you have today and tomorrow to sign up. So let's just dissect this. Why am I asking you that question? When was the last time you thought that? My gut feeling is that a lot of people, especially adults, don't necessarily have that almost childlike, energetic feeling inside of them. I remember my daughter sometimes saying, "This was the best day ever," and maybe you knew a child like that. And so I have found in my adult life that there are times in my life where I feel that way, and I think those thoughts. I can remember specifically being on walks where I'm like, oh my gosh, I love my life. I just love this life that I'm living. I'm so grateful for it. I can't imagine doing it a different way or with different people. And just feeling so excited by things in life. And I shared this a little while ago, but I remember when I started blogging, that was one of those times when I felt this way. And I think it was the freedom of being really open about my life and some choices that I was making as a parent that felt very different. And it just felt amazing to be open about those differences and to realize, well, the world kept spinning even when I shared those things. So I remember one of my friends saying to me after checking out my blog, she was like, I just can't remember the last time I felt that way. And it has stayed with me over all these years. That was probably almost 10 years ago when that friend said that to me. I still remember because I think it struck me as very sad that this woman that I loved so much, and she is such a wonderful person, just was basically admitting that she just hadn't felt that energy of life, that excitement, in a really long time. Okay, so now granted, we were in it, okay? We had little kids then. When I started blogging, Jerry was 2, Marisol was 5. So she was also in it. And that is a hard time sometimes to feel energy for young parents. And I was just coming out of being just exhausted all the time and tired and feeling lonely. So all that to say is that I don't feel this way all the time, but I have had several times in my life where I felt this way. And so what I've done is I kind of analyzed those times in my life and realized that there are certain things we can do to get to this place. And that's what I love sharing. And so here are a few things that I think are really important if you want to feel that way. If you want to feel that energy flowing, if you want to be excited about life and all the possibilities that there are a few things you need to do. First of all, we have to focus on our choices that are within our control. Second of all, we need to work on our mindset. And the third thing that is super important, you know what? I actually just forgot. I forgot what the third thing was. Mindset, our choices. I'm gonna come back to it. So I know, I want to talk about stories. Okay, stories are so important on our journey. So when I started making all of these choices that were different, I was inspired by stories. Okay, it was always stories that inspired me. When I learned about natural birth and how some women were like, I love giving birth, I want to give birth again and again. I was like, what? How is that possible? It was stories. When I learned about homeschooling, which led me to unschooling, it was the stories. I'm like, I want to live a life like that. when I learned about vitamin C, it was stories. And so that is why I'm so passionate about sharing my story. From the outside, my life might not look like super amazing right now. There are things I could tell people, and if I was in a different mindset, people might think, gosh, her life is kind of hard. I have a 6-year-old who still wears diapers and who is non-speaking. And right now I am swinging him in the hammock. That's that squeaking noise you hear. So I spend a lot of time out here swinging him in the hammock. We all just went through a really hard time in 2020 till now. And I went through a phase where I was very, very anxious, where I was obsessively researching what was going on in the world, to the point where it didn't really feel like a choice. I couldn't stop reading, couldn't stop watching, felt very anxious about the future. So what's the difference between then and between now? Most of it is choices and my mindset. I will acknowledge that I have a lot of privilege in my life, and I have super supportive family. So I'm not saying that I don't have certain advantages that other people don't have. I for sure am grateful for all of those things every day. But if I'm just comparing my own life to my life 2 years ago to now, I can see that I have made choices that are within my control that have brought me to a much better place where I feel, again, my life is amazing, and I want to share that with people. So those are just some thoughts I have about that. I would love to hear if you ever have felt that way, or if it's something you haven't felt since you were a child, maybe. What are times in your life where you really felt that way? I know for myself, I mentioned blogging. I remember a time when my children were my big kids were a little bit older, and before I had Carter, and just being on walks and being like, gosh, I love this life that we're creating with our kids. I love unschooling. I love just everything that we're doing in our life. It just made me so happy. And so those are the things that I'm going to share and continue to share with you all. Today and tomorrow are the last 2 days to sign up for my course, What's Wrong with the World and What You Can Do About It. It's going to be so much fun. I am just getting excited thinking about it. I know I say that a lot. So I will post the link to sign up in the comments here, and I can't wait to hear from you all. I hope you're having a great, amazing day and loving your amazing life. Take care. But remember, I almost forgot, be bold, be brave, be you, because who else is there to be? I love you all, and I'm always looking forward to connecting with you further. Bye.